Standing as we invite Paul, an international student, to give us the opening prayer. Paul is from Nigeria.
Alright, shall we close our eyes for the opening prayers? So today we are celebrating diversity. So I'll be praying my mother's tongue. So when you hear me say amen, then I'm done with the prayers. Thank you. Shall we pray? I was saying, take care and can you more confident who send for them? Who confident, Kim, who confident, who pay and down some of the sun as pray for. Who confident now for being in a walk out tongue and cake, and everything in some can tell me. But say, Tembo, Bob, boy, to can you bong in Jesus Christ. But say, take care and can you more confident. Now for the Yakaya and so boy, you move on. So some of us say, Bob, Bob, no can see. But say, now forget them and get comfort. But sing in the mina midway. But symbol fender a canon and came medium on you. But say, Tembo, if you bokeh, in a desanayan for Jesus Christ. Bob, I say, I sing in the cocoa, you know, I sing in the cocoa, you know, I sing in the I say, I sing in the idiom, okay? Make me feel bomb, I say, Tembo, fender a canon. Can you go in Jesus Christ? But say, Tembo, I suppose, and frozen fan get out. But say, Tembo, with you bomb, singing in the Binam, who sent friend. Ya this an spring for the Raukara. But say Tembo don't be angels for Yari coming and God on to send for them. But say Tembo may have vice chancellor and friend get out. But say Tembo may boy, Mabumbo. No, if you're Yari from with him as a missile. But say Tembo may have international community from with us and friend get out. But say Tembo Mabumbo, Nam Yaramoy thought. But say Tembo Bumfin young with you, but never mean on you. But say Tembo Bumbe, can you go on by Jesus Christ? Amen.
Can we resume our seats? Can you kindly tell us the state you are from Nigeria?
Okay. Please, I'm from Akwa Ibom State. Thank you, Nigeria.
Let's put our hands together for Paul. With a round of applause, we would invite Professor Elvis Stakan, the Dean of Office of International Programs, Uhas, to give us a welcome address.
Senior management, distinguished keynote speaker, esteemed faculty and staff, dear students, international partners, ladies and gentlemen, and the media. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to this year's University of Health and Allied Sciences Uhas International Day celebration. We gather today under the theme Internationalization of Higher Education, celebrating cultural diversity among students and staff, a theme that reflects our shared commitment to fostering intercultural understanding, academic collaboration, and global engagement within higher education. At Uhas, we recognize that cultural diversity is fundamental to a vibrant and intellectually enriching academic environment. The presence of students, faculty, collaborators from diverse cultural and national backgrounds strengthens our institutional identity, broadens perspectives, and enhances the quality of teaching, learning, research, and service. Internationalization in higher education extends beyond mobility and partnerships. It reflects a deliberate commitment to creating inclusive academic spaces where diversity is respected, knowledge is shared, and global competencies are nurtured. Through international collaborations, cross-cultural engagements, and scholarly exchanges, Uhas continues to advance its mission of preparing global competent health professionals equipped to address complex health challenges within diverse communities. Today's celebration, therefore, provides an important opportunity not only to appreciate the richness of our diverse cultures, traditions, and perspectives, but also to reaffirm our common values of mutual respect, inclusion, solidarity, and shared learning. It reminds us that diversity is not merely to be acknowledged, but embraced as a source of strength that advances institutional growth, academic excellence, and meaningful global partnerships. On behalf of the Office of International Programs, Uhas, I extend my sincere appreciation to all participants, organizers, partners, for contributing to the success of this important event. I wish you all a remarkable celebration. Thank you, and you are welcome.
We are about roughly 600 in the hall, but the club is like that of only 50 people. Thank you very much, Prof. Takan. We invite Blessing Ngozi, an international student from Nigeria, to do the introduction of the chairperson for the occasion. Let's put our hands together for her. She comes up. Don't take it that we only have students from Nigeria. The other students will be introduced later.
Good morning. My name is Blessing Ngozi. I'm from Abia State. Please, I'm here to introduce the chairperson. Introduction of chairperson, Professor Lindia Azito, Chair, Vice Chancellor of Uhas. I feel deeply honored to be called upon to introduce the chairperson for this August occasion. Our chairperson is the Vice Chancellor of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, Uhas. She is the first woman to hold this position. She assumed office as a Vice Chancellor in August 2022. She is a nurse by profession and holds a bachelor degree in nursing and psychology, and MPL in nursing and PhD in nursing. As a professional nurse, she has made a significant contribution to the nursing and midwifery fields. Her research interests include pain, breast cancer, and women's health, and she has published over 90 articles in peer-reviewed journals. Professor, the Research Mentorship Alliance, and she is a member of Sigma Theta 2 International, the second largest nursing organization globally. Her commitment to advancing nursing education and research in Ghana is evident in her numerous recognition and her active roles in nursing fraternity. Our chairperson is no other than our own Professor Linda Azito, Vice Chancellor of University of Health and Allied Sciences. Chairperson, your audience, your chairperson.
Which level are you? Level 100. Say Asiato, not as. How do I say it?
Asiato.
Okay, take your seat. Thank you very much, Ngozi. That's why I don't normally want my long introduction. Sometimes I get worried. Anyway, a warm welcome to all of us. Miawezo. You say you, Miawezo, my Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar in Absentia, the rep of UNESCO, Deans, Directors, our partners here present, students, esteemed invited guests, all protocol duly observed. Today is another history. Last year we were here and we had a good time, and I believe that today we'll have a good time. This university, we are very, very happy, we are very, very committed and proud of our international faculty, international students, and our partners. At the beginning of this university in 2012, the Foundation Vice Chancellor, Emeritus Professor Fred Newton Benker, had a huge task to start this university, and we didn't have faculty. He looked around. It was our staff from Cuba who came to his aid to get the relevant staff to get accreditation to start the School of Medicine. I want our staff from Cuba to be upstanding for a special recognition. Please be on your feet. Let us give them, oh please, all of you should stand. This is not all of them, some are not here. Dr. Sivedo and Co are not here. On behalf of the council management, we want to say thank you. Without you, we wouldn't have had a School of Medicine that is making waves across the country and globally. We really appreciate your commitment. Please take your seats. Again, as the university was growing and the School of Allied Health Sciences started, some of the programs we didn't have faculty from the Ghanaian environment. School of Sports and Exercise Medicine, Speech, Language, and Hearing Sciences, Orthotics and Prosthesis. These programs started with faculty who are international, specifically our Nigerian brothers and sisters, and one gentleman from India. Please be on your feet as we also acknowledge you. Our Nigerian faculty across schools. Veronica, where are you, all of you? Esther, yes, and then of course, my own Dr. Ben. Where's my Indian? Oh yeah, far away here. We really appreciate you, your commitment to service over the period. Thank you very much. Please take your seats. So, I know that somebody will come and talk about the state of internationalization in Uhas. But we are happy to say that as of today, we have 94 active partnerships across the world. And this is no mere an achievement. So the international programs, the schools, and all of us driving this agenda, please keep the good work, and we appreciate all of you. Again, we have international faculty, not only here full-time, but a lot of adjunct international faculty that help us one way or the other, both undergraduate and postgraduate programs. They do seminars for us, and we say that we thank all of you here present, and those online, and those who are not able to join at this time. Mostly our international collaborations are heavy research partnerships. We have some mobility partnerships that has brought some here physically present today. Our partners from Hessetep University, kindly be on your feet as we acknowledge you. You are most welcome. You are most welcome. We appreciate you so much. Please take your seat. They hosted some of our staff when they went there, and our students also. They are here for the whole of the week, and they'll be going, leaving us over the weekend, I understand. We also have two partners from the US. Dr. Wali, where are our partners? Our partners from the US. Please be on your feet so that we can acknowledge you. Yes. They are partners from the US. You are most welcome. Please take your seats. So you can see that when we say we have partnerships, it's not lip service. The evidence is, so last year we had partners from the UK and other countries with us, and this year we also have some other countries here. If you look at the brochure, you will see the list of institutions that we partner with across the world. Page number 14, 15, you see the countries up to page number 19 in the brochure. You see that. So we are grateful to all of us who made these happen. But I also want to acknowledge that organizing programs like this demands some finance. And again, in the brochure, page 25 and 26, you see the partners that sponsored us to be here. But I want to single out UNESCO because they brought a rep to even speak to us. My brother from UNESCO, please be on your feet. Okay. Okay, so he will take the podium, but we want to acknowledge them specially. They supported us substantially for this program. So I know that at the end we acknowledge all the sponsors, but I want to say that we say thank you. Sky Plus, the Freedom Hotel, who some MPs helped us, and we say thank you. The list is on page 25 and 26 of the brochure. So before I take too much time, I want to invite on the podium one gentleman who flew all the way from the UK to this program. I'm sure that the flight is not cheap, and he came all the way. One of our alumni, Frank Muhammad, are you here? Frank, please join me on stage. Frank is coming all the way from the UK. He completed Uhas. He was our former NUCS president. I want to give you the podium to share a few words before I take it.
Thank you, Prof. Chair. Thank you, Prof. Chair. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I look quite familiar to a lot of people here. It is nostalgic to be back here, to be fair. 6 years after I said goodbye to this campus, I mean physically, when I came to take my transcript and then my certificate. Coming back to see this place evolve this much is quite amazing. When the invitation was sent by the alumni president, Mr. Gabriel, I told him, look, it is a good time for me to come back and then see where it all started. I'm not going to bore you with a lot of stories. I'm going to be very brief. I remember the first international student Uhas had was one lady called Shola, I think so, a Yoruba lady. She didn't graduate, actually, she had to leave, I think. She went to FEDA in the USA. But she was the first Nigerian you could single out of the lot. And to find a lot of Nigerian students here today, other international students, I mean, it's amazing. I was telling Gabby this morning, 12 years ago when I came to this campus in 2014, it was just about 3 buildings. Uhas was basically 3 buildings. It was the Trafalgar uncompleted auditorium, and then 2 temporary buildings they've done to accommodate us. We went through the mill, if I should put it that way. And today I'm happy to tell you the UK and Ireland alone boast of more than 200 Uhas alumni.
We are scattered all across the UK, from the county of Durham down to Devon to Bristol, from Northern Ireland to Scotland and Wales to England. We are across all over the place, and we are achieving greater things in the UK. I left Ghana in 2022 as a public health nurse trained in Ghana. Today, I have gone ahead to take series of positions. I've moved from being just a registered nurse to a deputy ward manager, then to a ward manager, and then to a specialist nurse, a specialist diabetes and stroke nurse. That's actually my specialty. And not just me, a lot of us, some of my colleagues have done like very, very massive things in the UK. So it is beautiful. It shows how diverse the kind of training Uhas is giving us. And to finish my speech, in 2014, during our orientation, one student stood up, and then it was a Q&A session, a question and answer session. The student stood up, may his soul rest in peace. I think he died just about 2 months when we started. He was involved in an accident on the Trafalgar Dave Road. He is Emmanuel Jekete, may his soul rest in peace. He asked Professor Ajaku, I don't know, most of you might not know him, he was here. He asked him, Prof, so when we graduate, what is the assurance that we are going to get a job? He wanted some form of assurance from the good professor, but the answer that came from the professor was one that has sat with me, all these years. The professor told him, I can assure you, you are going to get a job. But what I can tell you is that Uhas is going to train you to be so ready for the market that jobs will find it difficult rejecting you. And I'm happy to tell you that in addition to being a nurse, I've just started a consultancy firm in Ghana. I'm running my own business. I'm doing an occupational health, a corporate occupational health business where I'm attending to the well-being of corporate entities in Accra for now, with the vision of expanding in the near future. So it tells you how important the training we get from Uhas is. I did just 2 semesters of occupational health class, and today I'm that occupational health person, benefiting from what Uhas has taught me. So this is what I leave you with. Whatever Uhas is teaching you, Uhas is preparing you for the international market, and Uhas is that springboard you need to excel both locally and internationally. Thank you, and enjoy the program.
Thank you very much. No, don't worry, sit down. I'll leave the stage with you. Thank you very much, Mohammed. I called him here because it's a sacrifice to come, to come back. And I want to say that when you go back, tell your colleagues that the university they left, we still need them to build the university further. Alumni can come together to have a hostel. You can come and have one lecture complex for us. Those days, how many were you, the whole university?
In 2014, we were the 3rd batch, and entirely we were about 400.
Now we are about 11,000. So we need your support. And he came, he used money for airfare, but we also need some ICT support in terms of computers, printers for faculty and staff. I know that you are doing a lot already, but this is a special appeal to the UK Ireland branch that we belong to. The way he's smiling is, you convey the message. Okay. So, on behalf of management again, we want to thank International Program, Dominica and Prof. Takan and their staff for putting this together, and for all those who supported them, PA, ICT, etc., etc. Thank you so much. And I leave the podium for the MC. Thank you.
Prof. One just finished her speech, and the applause was too light. We humbly invite the UNESCO country representative for Ghana to give some remarks. Let's stand together for Masikaps.
Good morning. Oh, as you speak away, I'm from the land, so Ndinami. They can be far. Me are well dodgy. Today is International Day, so I think I should even say everything away. So my name is Prosper Nyavo. I head the education program of UNESCO in Ghana. But I'm here on behalf of the country rep. He's called Mr. Edmond Mukala. He's a Congolese. But he's currently in the Western region on an official assignment. So I'm here to deliver his message this morning. So these are his words, not my words. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Lydia Aziato, I hope I've gotten it correctly. I'm learning from the correction you gave to the lady, blessing. Members of the University Council and Management and distinguished faculty, researchers and staff, students, development partners, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a profound pleasure to join you today at the University of Health and Allied Sciences as you celebrate this International Day. On behalf of UNESCO, I extend our warmest congratulations to the university for this significant celebration. Importantly, I commend Uhas for placing cultural diversity at the heart of the conversation around the internationalization of higher education. This year's theme, centering cultural diversity as a major catalyst for excellence, is at the core of UNESCO's work. Our constitution, as you can see, our constitution is quoted on the banners you see there. The constitution, our mandate is to build defenses of peace in the minds of men and women through education, science, culture, and communication. This shared vision is reflected across our normative instruments. This university's commitment today directly echoes these global standards. In 2026, we find ourselves at a crossroads where definition of internationalization must evolve. It invites us to think beyond simple metrics of international students' enrollment, academic mobility, and institutional partnerships. True internationalization is about the quality of education born from cultural diversity, deep knowledge exchange, and genuine international cooperation. Academic excellence cannot thrive in intellectual isolation. It requires a driver of development that addresses the intellectual, emotional, moral, and spiritual existence of the individual, not just numerical growth. At UNESCO, we believe that this is precisely where the future of higher education lies. Universities today are expected not only to produce skilled graduates, but also to cultivate responsible global citizens. We need individuals capable of working across cultures, disciplines, and borders to solve
increasingly complex global challenges. Scientific breakthroughs, public health solutions, and technological innovations are all strengthened when we draw upon diverse knowledge systems, perspectives, and lived experiences. Across Ghana, UNESCO has been privileged to work with higher education institutions in advancing research, heritage preservation, and cultural policy. Our engagement reflects a simple conviction: universities are indispensable partners in generating evidence and shaping policy. This is why UNESCO values its growing partnership with Uhas. Our collaboration through the UNESCO Create View Smart Classroom project demonstrates how digital innovation can transform teaching by creating inclusive, student-centered learning environments. As a health sciences university, today's celebration holds a special significance. Health is deeply influenced by culture. The ways communities understand illness, healing, nutrition, and mental health, and well-being are all linked to cultural beliefs and traditions. Successful public health interventions depend on cultural sensitivity, community participation, and respept for diversity. A culturally responsive health professional is therefore not only clinically competent, but also socially aware and globally minded. The exhibitions, traditional attire, performances, languages, and cuisines we experience here today are not mere entertainment. They are expressions of identity, opportunities for critical learning, and they remind us that every culture carries knowledge. Every language conveys a worldview. Every individual contributes to the richness of the academic community. When students learn alongside peers from different countries, they develop empathy, adaptability, and intercultural competence, qualities that employers increasingly seek and society urgently need. As UNESCO's Global Education Monitoring Report highlights, to nurture curiosity instead of prejudice, dialogue instead of division, and collaboration instead of isolation. That is the essence of internationalization. That is the promise of higher education. And that is the vision that UNESCO is proud to share with Uhas today. Congratulations to Uhas on this magnificent celebration. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We invite Alan Boaz, an international student from France, to do a presentation. Let's put our hands together for him.
Bonjour à tous. Lorsqu'on m'a demandé de présenter la France, je me suis demandé par où commencer. Il y a diverses choses que l'on peut parler de la France, telles que la Tour Eiffel, la gastronomie, le football ou les parfums. En réalité, la France est bien plus que cela. Je ne suis d'ailleurs peut-être je ne suis peut-être pas le français le plus typique que vous allez rencontrer. Mes parents sont tous les deux médecins et vivent au Ghana pratiquement depuis ma naissance. J'ai donc grandi ici en Afrique, tout en conservant les liens étroits que j'ai avec mon pays, grâce à ma famille et des connaissances que j'ai eues auprès de mes études en France. Cette double expérience qui m'a permis de découvrir la France sous un angle très différent. Il est important de savoir que la France est située à l'est de l'Europe et compte aujourd'hui environ 68 millions d'habitants. Son histoire remonte à plus de 2000 ans. Elle a connu les Gaulois qui, à l'époque, les Français s'appelaient donc... la France s'appelait donc la Gaule. Elle a été sous l'influence romaine, les rois, les chevaliers, les cathédrales, la Révolution, les guerres mondiales et de nombreuses transformations qui ont façonné le pays en tant que pays moderne. L'un des événements d'ailleurs les plus marquants de son histoire reste la Révolution française le 14 juillet 1789, qui a donc mis en avant 3 valeurs qui sont à ce jour très importantes pour le pays. Liberté, égalité et fraternité. Ces 3 mots figurent toujours sur les mairies, les écoles et de nombreux bâtiments. Mais ce qui m'a toujours frappé, c'est que la France n'est pas aussi uniforme que l'on imagine. Lorsque je suis arrivé au Ghana, et grandi au Ghana, j'ai découvert un pays riche de plus de 70 groupes ethniques et linguistiques, chacun avec sa langue et ses traditions et son histoire. Donc nous avons par exemple les Ashanti, les Gans, les Ewe, les Fantes, les Dagomba et d'autres contribuent à la richesse qu'est le Ghana. La France possède également sa propre diversité. Aujourd'hui, elle est divisée en 18 régions administratives, mais derrière ces régions, elle cache des identités historiques très fortes. Par exemple, en Bretagne, nous avons les Bretons, dans le Pays Basque, nous avons les Basques, la Normandie, les Normands, l'Alsace, la Corse, la province, l'Occitanie et bien plus encore. Pendant des siècles, de nombreux habitants parlent leur langue régionale avant de parler le français. L'exemple des Bretons en Bretagne, ils parlent le breton, leur propre langage régional. Chaque région possédait ses coutumes, ses traditions, ses chants, ses danses, ses fêtes et ses spécialités culinaires. À la fin du XIXe siècle, l'école obligatoire a permis à tous les enfants d'apprendre une langue commune, qui est donc le français. Cela a facilité la communication entre les régions et renforcé l'unité nationale tout en laissant subsister les traditions locales qui font encore aujourd'hui la richesse de la France. La France est également une terre d'accueil. Depuis des générations, des femmes, des hommes venus d'Europe, d'Afrique, des Caraïbes, d'Asie ou du Moyen-Orient sont venus y étudier, travailler, entreprendre ou rejoindre leur famille. Aujourd'hui, la France, plus d'habitants sur 10 est né à l'étranger et plusieurs millions de Français ont des origines familiales venues d'autres points du monde. Les communautés africaines, d'ailleurs, sont parmi les plus nombreuses du pays et dans leur histoire. Beaucoup de Français, aujourd'hui, tels que moi-même, ont des racines africaines. Ils sont médecins, enseignants, entrepreneurs, ingénieurs, artistes, chercheurs, sportifs ou responsables politiques. En tant que sportif, vous avez par exemple Mbappé. Ces personnes contribuent pleinement au développement du pays et sont français à part entière. La France moderne est donc à la fois une vieille nation européenne et une société ouverte sur le monde. La France joue également un rôle majeur sur la scène internationale. Elle est un pays fondateur de l'Union européenne, membre du G7 et du G20, et l'un des 5 pays permanents au Conseil de sécurité des Nations Unies. Elle participe à de nombreuses actions internationales dans le domaine de la paix, du développement, de la recherche scientifique, de la lutte contre les changements climatiques et de l'aide humanitaire. À travers la francophonie, la France également entretient des liens également privilégiés avec dizaines de pays répartis sur plusieurs continents. Les universités françaises accueillent chaque année plusieurs centaines de milliers d'étudiants étrangers venus du monde entier, attirés par la qualité de leur formation dans les domaines aussi variés que les sciences, l'ingénierie, la médecine, la gestion, les arts ou les sciences humaines. La France est également connue pour ses acquis sociaux, tels que l'accès aux soins, l'école publique, les aides aux familles, la protection des travailleurs et le système de retraite font partie des grandes réalisations construite au fil des décennies en France. La France connaît aussi ses difficultés comme tout autre pays. Il est bien connu que la France aime débattre souvent sur leurs opinions et a bien souvent envie de les exprimer avec une voix qui est très forte. On dit même souvent avec humour que râler est presque un sport national pour la France, malheureusement. Pourtant, derrière cette habitude se cache souvent une volonté d'améliorer les choses. Les Français aiment protester, mais ils aiment aussi avancer. C'est un cycle assez intéressant. Ayant grandi en Afrique, j'avoue avoir été assez surpris de cette tendance, car vivre entre deux continents permet aussi de prendre le recul et de mesurer combien certaines choses considérées comme normales en France représentent encore un idéal pour de nombreuses populations dans le monde. Cela ne signifie pas que la France est parfaite. Cela signifie que ces réussites ne doivent pas être considérées comme acquis et qui ont été données de manière gratuite à la France. C'est la volonté de donner à chacun une chance d'étudier, de se soigner et de construire son avenir. Ce que j'admire le plus au Ghana, c'est l'énergie de la jeunesse. Mes camarades de classe, ils ont la volonté de s'améliorer dans leur domaine et ont une envie, une force à les pousser à s'améliorer afin qu'ils puissent réussir et gagner un futur pour eux-mêmes. Je crois sincèrement que nos deux pays ont beaucoup à apprendre l'un de l'autre. La France peut rappeler l'importance de l'éducation, des institutions, des protections sociales, mais le Ghana peut également rappeler l'importance de la solidarité, de la résilience, l'optimisme et de la capacité à avancer malgré les difficultés. Si un jour vous avez l'occasion de visiter la France, ne vous arrêtez pas juste à Paris, parce que souvent la France est égale à Paris. C'est totalement faux. Découvrez les villages bretons battus par le vent de l'Atlantique, les vignobles de Bordeaux pour le vin dont nous sommes très connus en France, les montagnes des Alpes, les marchés provinciaux, les vieux quartiers de Lyon et les plages méditerranéennes ou le paysage en Normandie. Vous découvrez alors qu'il n'existe pas une seule France, mais une multitude de petites France qui ont appris à vivre ensemble au sein d'une même nation. Entre son histoire, sa diversité, ses paysages, sa culture, ses acquis sociaux, et un pays parfois complexe, mais très amusant, nous restons un pays qui est passionnant à découvrir. Et c'est peut-être la plus grande de ses richesses. Je vous remercie pour votre attention.
Can I see by hands all of you who are lost? So students, you need to take your French lessons well. And then staff and visitors, SBBS is running a proficiency course in French, Ewe, and English. We all have to enroll. Thank you very much, Alan. We invite Mrs. Dominica Anumu, Senior Assistant Registrar, Office of International Programs, to do a presentation. Oh, please, let's clap.
Okay, good morning to us all. I stand on the existing protocols, and I'm here on behalf of the Office of International Programs to talk about the state of internationalization in Uhas. It's just like the very few highlights or some highlights on what is happening in the University of Health and Allied Sciences when it comes to internationalization. So, for us here in Uhas established the Office of International Programs in 2015, and the office has been integrating international, intercultural, and global dimensions into the teaching, research, and service functions. And Uhas has been doing this with or through the Office of International Programs. So as an office, we coordinate all these activities. So this is a brief outline of what I'll be talking about. So the Office of International Programs, this is a futuristic something we are looking at. Currently, this is an organogram we have developed for the office. Currently, the International Programs Advisory Committee exists. The head of administration, myself, exists, and the dean. So in future, we are hoping to have an officer in charge of study abroad and exchange programs. We'll have an officer in charge of international students recruitment, and then also we'll have someone in charge of international partnerships and collaborations. So myself and Professor Takan, and we have Moses Nyoke, a contract staff who has been very supportive, together with some national service persons who have been supporting us immensely. So in Uhas, when it comes to internationalization, our focus is on international students recruitment, enrollment, and diversity. We also focus on study abroad and exchange programs for both staff and students. And then also, we also focus on international partnerships and collaborations. So when it comes to international enrollment, student enrollment, Uhas has made some efforts, even though we know that we still have some work to do. So we've participated in some international recruitment programs to see how best we can recruit or increase our international student number. And then also we have registered the university on a platform called Find Admissions, Study Abroad platform. So there we have the profile of the university and the programs, and also there's somewhere that the students can go and then apply to Uhas. So in terms of student diversity, so currently we have students from a few countries. We have students from France, we have a few numbers from Nigeria, also one from Benin, DR Congo, the US, and then Cote d'Ivoire. In terms of the categories, when it comes to the academics, so currently we have 7 undergraduate students and then 2 postgraduate students. So since the establishment of the university, in 2014 we had one, when you look at the graphical representation of the student enrollment since 2014 till now. In 2014 we had 1 international student, and then it follows on. So you can see that in 2015 there was a spike, then 2017 it came down. Currently the highest we've had so far was in 2025. So we are hoping that this year we'll be able to admit or increase our international students number. In terms of international collaborations, we currently have 94 international collaborations. In terms of the breakdown, you can see from the presentation that North America 45, Europe 24, and then it continues like that. This is a representation of the collaborations in terms of the countries. So the highest country that has the number of a lot of collaborations with us is the US, and then you come down to Turkey, and it's evident because even today we have some of our Turkish partners with us here today. This is also a representation of it when it comes to the continent. So in terms of international collaborations, we've had quite a number of them coming down to come and spend some time with our students. Very recently, we had students from Columbia University and then also from Massachusetts in the US. So these are some of the pictures of some of our international collaboration meetings that we've had so far. So when it comes to students and staff exchange programs, so someone will ask, are students from Uhas traveling? Yes. We've had some students from Uhas traveling. Initially, or some years back, we used to complain that we see them coming, but we don't see our students going. By the grace of God, through some of our collaborations, we've had some of our students traveling. So from my presentation, you can see that we had about 6 students who have traveled, 2 to Germany, and then 3 to Turkey recently. And then 1 is currently in Italy carrying out or offering her PhD. Later on, she will share her experience with us through a video. So these are pictures that you see of our students who traveled and had that exchange experience. So in terms of inbound, there are quite a number of them, but I'll just mention a few. So for this year, we've so far had students coming from University of Columbia, and then also from Côte d'Ivoire. Even just a few weeks ago, we had someone, he will join the international students from Côte d'Ivoire. He's with the Institute of Traditional and Alternative Medicine, also here for an exchange. So these are some of the students who have come for exchange programs here in Uhas. So when it comes to staff who have also traveled or gone for an exchange, we've had some from School of Nursing and Midwifery. They recently traveled to Hacettepe University in Turkey also for an exchange. So these are pictures of them. Dr. Cooks, Professor Anita, and then Dr. Bella. We also had 2 of our staff who also went to Canada, Queensland, also for an exchange. So, in all, you see that Uhas, as an institution, we are doing our best when it comes to staff and students exchange. So this is a breakdown of our current international students. And so earlier on, VC during her presentation acknowledged some of our international staff who have been so supportive to the university. And so this is also another breakdown of some of the internationals or the international staff that we have. Currently, we have 16 international staff working with us here in Uhas. As an office, one of the things we also do is to organize summer school programs for our international partners. So far, we've had about 3 or 4 sessions of our summer schools, which we have organized for some of our international partners. And usually when they come, these are the things the activities they undertake. They have an interactive workshop. They also get into the community and engage with the community, and also visit our beautiful tourist sites. So these are some of the pictures of some of our summer school participants. So that is a brief. There are lots of them, but these are just highlights of what is happening in Uhas when it comes to internationalization. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Anomu. We would now have some presentations for staff and student exchange experiences. We'll begin with the outbound exchanges with the Turkish group. Can you please come up to speak?
as part of Uhas collaboration with both local and international institutions. The Erasmus International Credit Mobility Program sponsored 3 faculty members from Sona to Turkey, that is from the 6th to the 10th of April this year. That included myself, Professor Anita Dati, and then Dr. Bella Johnson. We had meetings with faculty members of Hasitepe University School of Nursing. We got the opportunity to do presentations on the Ghanaian healthcare system. We also presented on what happens in Uhas and Sona when it comes to research and then supervision of our students. In all, we were able to identify areas that we could possibly collaborate going forward. One of the areas that we identified was to look at the future credit recognition pathway that could be beneficial to both our undergraduate and then postgraduate students. We also, in terms of research, we discussed on areas of possible collaboration. We talked about doing research together and then co-publishing, looking at the Turkey health system and then that of the Ghanaian health system. If we could identify areas that we could come up with research to publish together. Then another area that we looked at was to see whether we could co-supervise. They have been in existence for a very long time, but Uhas, Sonam, MPhil programs have just started. So we are in dire need of supervisors, and then getting some of these collaborators to supervise our postgraduate students will be a plus. And then when it came to clinical competencies, we got the opportunity to visit their child and adult hospitals, that is in Turkey. And then we got to appreciate that with healthcare delivery, it was very necessary to know what to do when it comes to infrastructure utilization, safety protocols, and then student preceptor models. I must say both Uhas and Hasitepe faculty of nursing learned from each other, and it was a very useful and beneficial program. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Francis Kajahu and I'm honored for this opportunity to share my experience with you as an international student in Italy. Choosing to pursue my PhD at the University of Udine has been one of the most rewarding decisions of my academic journey. The university provides an excellent environment for research, innovation, and personal development. As a PhD student here, I have access to modern research facilities as well as valuable academic resources. One of the things I really appreciate is the support I receive from my supervisor and my research group. They have created a welcoming and an encouraging environment for me to continuously learn, ask questions, and to grow in my field. Their mentorship has not only helped me in research but has also built confidence in me to take up new challenges that will help me to grow in every other aspect of my life. Like every international student, moving here came with its own challenges, especially language barrier. Knowing the importance of communication, I enrolled in the Italian language course to help me integrate fully both in the university and the local community. Although I'm still learning the language, each lesson is a step closer to confident communication and has even made my stay here enjoyable. My stay in Italy has given me the opportunity to meet people from different countries, learn diverse cultures, and to build meaningful friendships. My advice to students who aspire to study abroad is to embrace every opportunity that comes their way with curiosity and determination. There may be challenges along the way, but it should serve as opportunity for you to grow and to discover your potential. Finally, I'd like to thank my alma mater, the University of Health and Allied Sciences, for their support and encouragement and for also making this opportunity possible. I am proud to represent Uhas and Ghana as a whole. I look forward to contributing meaningfully back home in research and development from the skills I gained from here. Grazie mille per l'attenzione. Thank you very much for the attention.
We would have someone talk about the Uhas Germany experience. Okay. We would call on Mrs. Dominica Numu to introduce the keynote speaker.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mokbokbo Yawa Alanyo, and I was one of the exchange students from Uhas to Germany, and I was there with my colleague Gafaru Amadu, and I'm honored to share my journey to Germany as one of the exchange students of Uhas. The exchange program, I was really happy because it has helped me academically and also broaden my global perspective and build international networks and strengthen me personally or increase my personal growth. Academically, we had the opportunity to learn in a different environment in Germany, and the teaching methods were student-centered and also help us be more independent. It involves more of discussions and what we participated a lot in group project works, which helps us to broaden our minds and help us to be very independent. So academically, it helps us a lot as exchange students. And globally, as we went there, my first impression, one thing that I was really happy with, it was how organized the people were and how much they have valued punctuality, and their transportation systems were very reliable, and the country was so neat. That was my first impression when I entered the country. And I realized that on every Sundays, every supermarket was closed. So one Sunday we thought we could buy, but we realized that it's like every supermarket is closed on Sunday. That was one thing, one impression that we actually encountered. So we love Germany because they were very organized, and when it comes to the dive culture, we learned a lot, especially their foods. We were able to eat some of their foods, though at the beginning it was very difficult for us, but we were able to adjust, and the language was also another challenge, but thank God that The school have organized some intensive language courses for us in German, and it's helped us a lot. We were able to communicate because we had the basics, and we also were informed to learn the language before we got to the country. So we did, and it's helped us. So these are just some of the images I would like to show from the exchange program. This is our our receiving professor, who was good to us, helped us from the airport. They took us from the airport direct to where the accommodation was given to us. They made everything so easy for us that we didn't struggle, because before we got there, the city registration, the bank registration, and all other registrations was done by the help of the school. So it was so easy for us. And also, these are some of the pictures from dinners and others that we have, our fun times with the professors and other people. The classrooms, the learning we had, and some of the networkings that we built. The exchange program gave us the opportunity to meet different people from different countries, and we were able to build friendship and networks, and this is going to help us in the future on future collaboration and for career advancement. And I want to say thank you so much to the Uhas, the international departments. We are so grateful because this opportunity has exposed us, it has built our confidence, and we have learned a lot. So I am really, really grateful to Uhas for this opportunity, and I want to encourage other students and faculty who may have this opportunity in the future to embrace it and also learn, because it will build you both academically and personally. Thank you. Vigates deal, how are you? Yeah, danke schön, thank you.
Thank you very much. We now call on Wise to share his experience with us from Turkey. Wise. Let's put our hands together for him.
Thank you very much. My name is Wise Awumo. Permit me to stand on existing protocols to welcome you all to this celebration. I had the opportunity to be at Hacettepe University, Turkey, which is located at Ankara, the capital city of Turkey. Our first impression, I was there together with my other two colleagues, Mary Adeze Udoha and then Matilda Kojo. Our first impression when we arrived at the university was a mixture of excitement and then astonishment. The campus was a bit larger and then well composed, and then it is more of advanced in technology. And then you could see that the students are all organized and ready to learn from those, that particular environment. So you could see the out view of the university and then some of the faculties on campus. Although we were initially nervous, we were able to navigate through the lifestyle since we were on another, or we were not in our homeland, but through the warm welcome from the faculty and students, we were able to navigate through the campus and daily activities very well. As we all know, students often rely heavily on lectures and note-taking, but at the Hacettepe University, learning is more student-centered, where you are encouraged to read ahead, make contributions, and then bring on board discussions from what you've gone and then you've been able to go through with the lecturers and professors. They give you the opportunity to express your views, not to be timid, and then of course you learn to discuss sensitive topics that will help you broaden your mind and deepen your understanding of whatever is being taught. Through the exchange program, we've been able to collaborate with other faculty members from the university through research, and then also we're able to learn from other peers in the university. In terms of culture, we're able to learn about Turkish customs, where we visit the Amakye, where the founding father of Turkey is, and we're able to learn about their food and then also eat some of their delicious meals. And when it comes to meal, you can ride away Turkey because they have one of the most perfect dishes in the whole world. Yes, of course, yes. We're able to interact with nursing educators and researchers who share their experiences and evidence-based practice and health research. These interactions broaden our knowledge and then also deepen our understanding of global nursing, and more also open the door for future collaborations. Living in a different country taught us how to communicate across culture, appreciate diversity, and remain open-minded. Professionally, we've been able to strengthen our clinical thinking and deepen our interest in research. The exposure to modern teaching method and discussions, presentation have opened the doors for us to think differently and collaborate with people from different parts of the world, especially Turkey. I have become more proactive in seeking knowledge, engaging in academic discussions, and encouraging collaborative learning among students. Although we face some challenges, we were able to, make some meaningful marks, and then as we also share our hospitality and then also our culture with the Turkish people, they were welcoming, and then they also freely teach us, and then we were able to appreciate the environment in which we are in. For students who are looking forward to engage or go on exchange program, I will encourage them to have open-mindedness, be willing to step out of their comfort zones, and be actively engaged in both academic and then the social environment. They should participate in seminars and then also student activities and cultural events, and build relationships that will help in the near future. My friend Mary was able to present at one of the conferences where she was giving certificates, and then one of the topics that she dealt on is our healthcare system. Thank you very much, and then I would like to stop here and then appreciate. Yes. So, good evening, Melba. Tanis Timuza Menmodo. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much, Wise. We'll call on Mrs. Sanomu to introduce the keynote speaker.
Prof. Chair, once again, I stand on the existing protocols, and I'm honored to introduce our keynote speaker for this year's International Day. So our keynote speaker is currently the Director of Internationalization in Sefako, Makgatho Health Sciences University in South Africa. She drives and manages internationalization at Sefako, Makgatho Health Sciences University. She has a passion for international engagement and international students' well-being. She keeps abreast of global international higher education trends relating to internationalization, marketing, student recruitment, international business and academic administration. With a rich industry experience as well as higher education experience in the field of internationalization, higher education, marketing and international student recruitment, and academic administration, she also conducts research and consultation in the fields of internationalization and higher education marketing. She has published, she has presented and co-presented a lot of papers during a lot of conferences. She has also published various book chapters as well as journal papers in the internationally accredited journals such as Journal of Studies in International Education and many more. Due to her specialization, she was appointed the editor of the International Education Association of South Africa study publication. She was also appointed to the Council of IEA-SA as well as to the Department of Higher Education and Training's Reference Group, who will assist institutions to implement the national framework on internationalization of higher education in South Africa. So our keynote speaker for today is no other than Dr. Carlien Joote. She's a director of internationalization in SMU, South Africa. She's not here with us today, but she was kind enough to share her presentation with us. So the ICT team would do that on her behalf. Thank you.
Good morning from a chilly yet sunny South Africa. It is a great honor and privilege for me to address you at this wonderful occasion, the celebration of the University of Health and Allied Sciences International Day with the topic Internationalization of Higher Education, celebrating cultural diversity among students and faculty. Before I commence, I trust all the guests have been welcomed and thus all protocol observed. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank Professor Elvis Takang for the invitation and all of the academics at UAS for embracing our two universities' collaboration and allowing for knowledge to be generated across borders. I have amended the topic slightly to internationalization in higher education, fostering an inclusive and culturally diverse university community. We can hopefully all agree that globalization and internationalization have transformed higher education. Institutions now integrate an international, intercultural, and global dimension into their core purpose, function, and delivery. Universities pride themselves on having a culturally diverse student and staff population, because cultural diversity on a university campus is also a strategic business asset because it shapes the skills, mindset, and networks that future business leaders and professionals will bring into the workplace. Universities today are thus no longer defined solely by their geographical location. They are global communities where diverse cultures, languages, identities, and perspectives intersect. We see this sentiment shared by UNESCO data, which found that internationally mobile students more than tripled since the turn of the century, soaring from 2.1 million in 2000 to over 6.3 million in 2023. The question becomes, how is cultural diversity celebrated and advocated for on a university campus? I would like to offer you an example from our university campus. The short video includes various scenes from our annual Africa Day celebrations and our various international corners on our campus. Majority of our full-time international students are from Africa, so our Africa Day allows staff and students to learn about the various cultures found on our campus, engage with foreign embassies and high commissions, recognize our diversity, and share in our joint pride of being African. However, before I continue, it is important that we establish a common understanding of what we mean by internationalization in higher education, as it is a catalyst for cultural diversity on campus. One of the most widely accepted definitions comes from Jane Knight, who defines internationalization as the process of integrating an international, intercultural, and global dimension into the purpose, functions, and delivery of higher education. This definition is significant because it highlights that internationalization is not a single initiative or program. Rather, it is a comprehensive and intentional process that should be embedded throughout the university in its teaching, research, community engagement, institutional policies, and everyday practices. Traditionally, internationalization was often associated with student exchange programs or recruiting international students. While these remain important, our understanding has evolved considerably. Today, internationalization also encompasses developing globally relevant curricula, fostering international research collaborations, encouraging staff mobility, creating partnerships with institutions across the world, and providing opportunities for intercultural learning on campus. Importantly, internationalization is not only about crossing national borders. It is equally about creating opportunities for meaningful interaction between people from different cultural, linguistic, and social backgrounds within our own institutions. This is referred to as internationalization at home, a concept developed by Betty Lisk, which emphasizes ensuring that all students, not only those who participate in international mobility, benefit from international and intercultural learning experiences. In an increasingly interconnected world, universities have a responsibility to prepare graduates who can work effectively across cultures, think critically about global issues, and contribute positively to diverse communities. Therefore, successful internationalization is measured not simply by the number of international students or staff on campus, but by the quality of the learning environment and the extent to which all members of the university community feel included, respected, and able to contribute. As we move through this presentation, we will see that genuine internationalization is closely linked to inclusion, intercultural competence, and creating a university culture where diversity is recognized as a strength rather than simply a demographic characteristic. Having explored the concept of internationalization, we now turn our attention to one of its most visible outcomes, cultural diversity within our university communities. Today's universities bring together students, academics, and professional staff from a wide range of cultural, linguistic, and ethnic, religious, and socioeconomic backgrounds. This diversity enriches the academic environment by creating opportunities for learning that extend beyond the classroom. Every individual brings unique perspectives, experiences, values, and ways of thinking that can deepen learning and broaden understanding. Among students, cultural diversity may be reflected in differences in nationality, first language, educational background, cultural traditions, and life experiences. These differences encourage students to challenge assumptions, develop intercultural communication skills, and engage with multiple perspectives on local and global issues. Faculty and professional staff also contribute significantly to cultural diversity. International academics, researchers, and support staff introduce different teaching approaches, research methodologies, and professional experiences. Their diverse perspectives enhance innovation, stimulate interdisciplinary collaboration, and help prepare graduates for work in an increasingly interconnected world. However, simply having a culturally diverse campus does not automatically create an inclusive university community. Diversity refers to the presence of differences, whereas inclusion is about ensuring that every member of the university feels respected, valued, and able to participate fully in academic and social life. Without inclusive policies and practices, individuals from minority cultural groups may experience isolation, discrimination, or barriers to participation. Research consistently shows that culturally diverse learning environments enhance critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, and intercultural competence when institutions intentionally create opportunities for meaningful interaction among students and staff. This means that universities must move beyond simply enrolling diverse populations and instead create learning environments where dialogue, collaboration, and mutual respect are actively encouraged. This is where international officers come in. In collaboration with faculties, schools, academics, and professional staff, we develop and offer such environments, whether they are in person or virtual. For instance, collaborative webinars or hosting international visitors on campus. Ultimately, the goal of internationalization is not diversity for its own sake, but to cultivate a university culture where diversity is recognized as an educational asset that strengthens teaching and learning, research, innovation, and the overall student experience. In the current global environment, it is important to reiterate why a culturally diverse university is beneficial. An inclusive and culturally diverse university benefits everyone, students, staff, and the institution as a whole. For students, engaging with peers from different cultural backgrounds strengthens critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and intercultural competence. These experiences also prepare graduates to work effectively in diverse and global workplaces. For academic and professional staff, cultural diversity promotes innovation, enriches teaching and learning, and research, and creates opportunities for international collaboration and professional growth. At an institutional level, inclusive universities enhance their global reputation, attract talented students and staff, strengthen research partnerships, and contribute to a more vibrant and equitable learning environment. Ultimately, when universities intentionally foster inclusion, cultural diversity becomes a powerful driver of excellence. The question becomes, what can drive this on a campus? And the answer is internationalization at home. When people think about internationalization, they often picture students traveling overseas for exchange programs or academics collaborating across borders. While these are important aspects, as said before, only a relatively small proportion of students and staff have the opportunity to study abroad. This is where the concept of internationalization at home becomes especially important. Internationalization at home refers to the purposeful integration of international and intercultural dimensions into the curriculum and campus experience so that all students can develop global perspectives regardless of whether they participate in international mobility. This approach recognizes that internationalization should not be limited to those who can afford or access study abroad opportunities. Instead, it seeks to create meaningful intercultural learning experiences within the university itself. Examples include designing curricula that incorporate diverse global perspectives, using case studies from different regions of the world, facilitating mixed cultural group work, inviting international guest speakers, and using collaborative online international learning, or COIL, to connect students with peers and universities in other countries through virtual projects. Internationalization at home also extends beyond the classroom. Cultural days, language exchange programs, peer mentoring, and student societies provide valuable opportunities for students and staff to interact across cultures, build relationships, and develop intercultural competence. By embedding international and intercultural learning into everyday university life, institutions can ensure that every student graduates with the knowledge, skills, and attitudes needed to thrive in a globally connected and culturally diverse society. In this way, internationalization at home supports both educational quality and a more inclusive university community. As I start concluding this presentation, the question becomes, how can universities foster an inclusive and culturally diverse community through internationalization? Firstly, internationalization should be embedded within the institution's vision and strategic planning. This requires visible commitment from university leadership, with clear goals, policies, and resources that promote both global engagement and inclusion. Secondly, universities should invest in the professional development of academic and professional staff. Training in intercultural competence, inclusive teaching practices, and culturally responsive communication can equip staff to better support diverse student populations and create more inclusive learning environments. Thirdly, the curriculum should reflect global and diverse perspectives. This involves reviewing course content to include scholarship from different regions and cultures, encouraging students to engage with multiple viewpoints, and designing assessments that value diverse ways of knowing and learning. Equally important is creating opportunities for meaningful intercultural interaction. Universities can encourage this through peer mentoring programs, COIL, international research partnerships, community engagement projects, and cultural events that bring students and staff together in authentic and respectful ways, whether in person or virtually. Finally, institutions should regularly evaluate the effectiveness of their internationalization initiatives. Collecting feedback from students and staff, monitoring participation and outcomes, and using this evidence to refine policies and practices help ensure that internationalization leads to genuine inclusion rather than simply increasing cultural diversity. Ultimately, successful internationalization is not measured by the number of international partnerships or students on campus. Its true success lies in creating a university where every individual feels respected, included, and empowered to contribute. When internationalization is guided by the principles of equity, inclusion, and intercultural learning, it enriches the educational experience for the entire university community. I thank you.
We invite the Nigerian cultural troupe to give us a performance. Let's put our hands together for them as they come up. whilst we wait for the cultural troupe, we invite a student from Congo to do a presentation.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Lupaka Dieu Merci Mbumba from DRC. I'm going to present briefly in image and in some about DRC. Okay. So, DRC is a country located in the central of Africa, the heart of Africa, with an amazing river, the big river called Congo River. It's the second longest river in Africa. Also, with the great rainforests, amazing geographical locations in DRC, where we can find, for example, the Nyiragongo volcano, Rwenzori mountain, which is the second highest mountain in Africa. So many nice wild animals found nowhere else. For example, we have okapi, bonobo, and mountain gorilla. DRC is one of the most richest countries in the world, with so many minerals: cobalt, copper, coltan, gold, diamond, and DRC has almost more than 80% of the world reserve of cobalt and coltan, which is used for to make batteries and smartphones, laptops. A very diverse country with more than 450 different ethnic groups in DRC, so many languages, and in DRC, French is our official language, even if we have 4 national languages. We do speak Lingala, Swahili, Chiluba, and Kikongo. Mbote na bino, that means Wezo. Okay, in DRC we have also a very diverse way of dressing, foods. And something special in DRC is what we call SAP. DRC is the country of SAP. We like looking well, dressing very nicely. It's a country of music. DRC, we have what we call rumba music, which is recognized by UNESCO as a cultural heritage. Unfortunately, we don't have time. I could have played some few rumba and dance as well. And the Debout Congolais is our national anthem. And unfortunately, we cannot play all the anthem. And let me just say some few words about our flag. This is the flag of DRC with the red color showing the blood of the martyr of the country for the independence. The yellow color showing the richest, the worth of the country. The blue showing the hope and the peace, and the star ensuring the greater future for our country. Thank you very much for your attention.
And greetings to all the professors. Greetings to all the professors. Greetings to all the girls. Now, this is our morning of the historic Oyo Empire and the contemporary in Oyo State. The I think that deserves a round of applause. I think that deserves a round of applause. Now, the origin is spoken in Oyo State all over the world. And a country like Brazil, position and mythological ability to emit fire and smoke. He bring out fire. Don't be scared. Shango is not a say Shango. Oh. Say Shango. Oh. Okay. Now, if we want to tell you goodbye, we will say Odaro. Shango! Oluko Sayara no! Inabelaya! Heavy Inabelaya! Obado! Ha! Oh my malade ni ha! Oh my malade ni wa o wa. E ma fode yi wa mere mo o ma lade. Oh my lade ni wa o e wa mere mo o ma. Oh my lade ni wa o e. Wala de di wa o a, wala bọ̀dé yìí wà bẹ̀rẹ̀ bọ́ wọn aládé ni wá. Ẹni wá o wá, ẹ má bọ̀dé yìí wà bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn alá. Ọba o, ọba, ọba, ọba o, ọba. Kí là ń fọ́ ọba pé? Kí là ń fọ́ ọba pé? Kí là ń fọ́ ọba pé? Àpọ́kíọ́! Ìlú ọmọ kí ni fìjà lọ? Bí olùrù ọkọ̀ sí mọ́. Ẹkún wá ní mọ́ ẹkún jẹ ni. Àlọ́mọdé lọ́la ìrókò ní. Ìrókò bímọ púpọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ. Ìrókò fi méjì rẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Olùrókò fi méjì rẹ̀ sọ́kọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀kọ̀ lọ́jọ́ fi méjì ọ̀rọ̀ náà lọ́sẹ̀. Àròjẹ́ ọ̀bálọ̀mọ̀. Oko olùrókò rọ̀ lápákan. Lọ́jọ́ ajíbẹ́gun náà tọkọ̀ ọ̀nà bọ̀. Apẹ́ sáré. Ìrókò náà ń sá. Wọ́n ní dání làgbà yóò fi kí ẹtù náà pa. Làgbà yìí gbà rókò ó gbẹnu ọ̀pẹ́.
Collect your money. Collect your money. Wake up.
Thank you very much, Nigerian culture.
Wake up.
We have a display from all international students. Display from all international students.
Collect your money. Collect your money. Wake up. Collect your money. Collect your money. Wake up. Tera. Tera. Tera, go get the moolah. Wake up. Money go kala. Kala go yellow. Kala go yellow.
To expect when I first boarded the plane to come to Ghana, but I can truly say that it has been an experience that I will remember for the rest of my life. What surprised me most about studying at Uhas and living in Ghana was how welcoming everyone is and how I felt truly supported in everything I did, whether it was research or exploring the community or doing any touristic visits. I just felt really welcomed and supported by everyone here. Conducting research at the University of Health and Allied Sciences has shown me a very community-oriented approach to health research and education. Every meeting at the Institute of Health Research made sure that everyone's voice was heard and that we got through all the agenda items, but was also filled with moments of laughter and connection. So something that I learned was the importance of making sure everyone's voice is heard and of collaboration and community in health education. Everyone has been really welcoming, and I've also really enjoyed immersing myself in the culture, whether it's trying the Ghanaian food like jollof, banku, fufu, really enjoying all of those, or listening to Afro beats and the wonderful music, or going to the seamstress to get traditional clothing. I've really enjoyed experiencing the culture. I joined the church choir at St. Luke's Chaplaincy, and that has been a really welcoming, supportive group. And it was really great to do something shared, making music together and doing something familiar, but also being part of a new community. It's been really great. I've made a lot of friends with the research assistants at Uhas and in the choir that I joined. We'll go around in kekes and they'll show me around town. We went to the home market where I do my grocery shopping, and also to different restaurants to celebrate different events like our birthdays. We also did some sightseeing in the Volta region, which has been really beautiful. The Volta region offers a lot of really natural beauty and wonderful hikes, so I've had a great experience. So a group of friends and I went to Afagyato, which is the tallest mountain in Ghana, so it was really rewarding to hike that, and Willy Waterfall, the Monkey Sanctuary, and then Adaklu Mountain as well. So I started volunteering at the Uhas Basic School. I was teaching the kids songs, and it was really great to see their excitement about learning the songs, but also the way that they added in their own elements, like drumming on the back of chairs or dancing or clapping along. So I guess what this taught me about healthcare and just in general community engagement is the importance of engaging the community and elevating individual stories, and also incorporating elements of the local culture. So one thing that I noticed about the community in Ho is just how everyone looks out for each other. There's a sense of looking out for your neighbor. So anytime that I'm standing on the side of the road looking to get to Uhas, people will offer me a ride and make sure that I get to where I need to go. So I think that's something that translated into my research, was realizing just how community-oriented the Volta region is and how that translates into healthcare solutions. Living in Ghana and learning at Uhas has taught me three things: resilience, cultural sensitivity, and adaptability. And I think these things are really important for work in global health and things that I will bring to my future career. So my research involved evaluating a schistosomiasis control program. So it's a neglected tropical disease that's endemic here in Ghana. And so my research was to evaluate the mass drug administration and see how effective it was by analyzing surveys and also interviews to see the community response to the mass drug administration. And so my supervisor, Dr. Manye, was very supportive in my research, and I was able to learn a lot from looking at the interviews and the focus group discussions, and it helped me learn more about Ghana as a whole as well. So when I go back to the US, I will present my research here for completion of my master's in global health. And then after that, I'm gonna look for a job.
Yeah. let our spirits fly. Sabona, Jumbo, hello. We shine beneath the sun. Different words, one heartbeat. Together we are one. Yebo, yebo, Sajabula. Sing with joyful pride. Every shade of African beauty, standing side by side. In Nigeria we say how far. Ghana says Agu. Kenya greets with Jambo. Tanzania says it too. South Africa says Saubona. Zimbabwe, Moro. Uganda says Oli Otia, bright as tomorrow. In Egypt they say Marhaba. Morocco, Salam. Algeria and Tunisia share the greeting calm. Ethiopia says Selam. Rwanda, Murao. Botswana says Dumela. We're happy rivers flow. Black skin shining like diamonds in the morning light. Every language tells a story. Every smile is bright. Ubuntu in our footsteps, love in every tone. The world becomes a family when kindness is shown. Hey, greetings in every country. Voices in the sky. From the valleys to the cities, let our dreams arise. Saubona, Jumbo, hello. We shine beneath the sun. Different words, one heartbeat. Together we are one. America says hello. Canada, they say Mexico.
Good morning. My name is Kwasi Brace. I from Côte d'Ivoire. I am student and I am PhD. I am student in PhD of pharmacology and science medical. I am happy to work in Ghana. Ghana people is very good and Ghana people is very hospitality. Je suis très heureux d'être au Ghana. Je suis très heureux d'être au Ghana. J'ai été très bien accueilli ici et je me sens comme chez moi puisque je viens de la Côte d'Ivoire et le Ghana et la Côte d'Ivoire sont deux pays frères qui partagent beaucoup de cultures en commun, qui est principalement latin, qui se retrouve en Côte d'Ivoire et au Ghana. Je vous remercie. God bless you.
Hi everyone. My name is Monique Bordy and I am a level 100 neuropsychology student. And my favorite thing about Ghana is, first of all, Eva people. And then Ghanaian food and language. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Lupaka Dieu Merci Bumba, coming from DRC, and I'm here in Ghana. This is my third year doing my PhD in School of Public Health. And my greetings from people from my country and from my home university, Kisangani University. Thank you very much.
Rivers flow.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yasmin Sahabi. I am from Benin. I am a level 100 student in public health at Hallway. I would like to say some words in French. Je suis très heureuse d'être ici avec vous tous. C'est un honneur pour moi d'échanger avec vous et aussi de vous montrer un côté, un autre pays qui est le Bénin ici au Ghana. Merci.
Black skin shining like diamonds in the morning light.
Hello everyone, my name is Alan Boaz Nyabenda Gomoa. I am a Frenchman from France. I'm a level 300 student in medical laboratory science, and the two things I love the most about Ghana is naturally first the people, but also the food, especially fufu.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Wamfo Nusempo. I'm doing my MPhil in biomedical sciences. And I love the people of Ghana. I've been here for a while, though, so I'm basically a Ghanaian. And I love Wache a lot. Yes, the Wache. Thank you.
Language tells a story. Every smile is bright to twin our footsteps.
Au nom de tous les compatriotes étrangers ici présents, nous vous remercions pour votre aimable hospitalité.
Love in every tone. The world becomes a family when kindness is shown. Hey.
Thank you very much, our international students. We'll have a very short information session if the European Union is around. Okay. So those were students from Columbia University who visited the School of Nursing and Midwifery for a month. We'll now call on Campus France to have an information session with us. Let's put it together for the rep.
Good morning, or should I say bonjour? I love it. So my name is Gifty Quartin. I am a high education project manager for the French Embassy, and I also work closely with Campus France Ghana. So who have ever heard about Campus France? Can you raise your hand? Campus France Ghana? None of you. Okay, one person, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay. So the reason why I'm here is because all of us have some stereotype when it comes to France. Am I wrong? So whenever we speak about France, people always think that to go and study in France, you have to speak French. But I'm here to tell you that this is not true. We actually have a lot of programs that are made for you, designed for you in English. But before that, so what is Campus France Ghana? So Campus France Ghana is a French governmental agency responsible for promoting French higher education in Ghana. So we operate right under the French embassy, which means that we are not a travel agency or something like that. We are an operator from the French embassy and the French government. So our mission is to promote higher education, as mentioned earlier, guiding students throughout the entire process and providing our expertise adapted to the local context. So we have several Campus France agencies across the world, and we are based in Ghana, specifically in Accra and Kumasi. We have 2 offices, and what we do is to support students in their project in studying in France. So I'm going to give you 6 reasons of why you should choose France. So one reason is that we have a high quality education recognized internationally, a much more affordable tuition fee compared to other countries. I'm not going to mention them, you all know. A unique cultural and linguistic experience, numerous career opportunity, an ideal living environment for students, and a strong commitment to Student International. So just to give you a brief of the scheme of how the education system in France is. So compared to Ghana, in France, the bachelor degree is actually 3 years and not 5 years. And then the master degree is 2 years. And then you can further your education into a doctorate or PhD level, which is 4 years. As you can see, we have over 3,500 public and private institutions, and all of them have their specialization. I'm not going to detail all of this. You have different specific schools called university, grandes écoles, which are high schools, let's say, specialized schools, and then, architecture, art, and co. These are some of our rankings. So if we go according to the Shanghai rankings, we have one university which is a public university called Paris-Saclay, which is ranked at the 12th. University of Paris Sciences Lettres, and those universities are those universities that you are eligible to attend because you are studying science, health-related courses. Just to give you an idea of the tuition fee, for example, if you are an international student, the tuition fee will be 2,850 euro for a bachelor degree, 3,879 euro for a master degree, and for the doctorate program is 391 euro. Also, one thing that you have to know is that many of the public university offer scholarships and also can exempt you from paying those 2,000 or 3,000 euro. So meaning that rather than paying those amounts, you can be eligible to either pay nothing or pay the prices that EU student and French student pays for tuition fees. So meaning 250, 175 euro, for example. But if you choose to go to specialized school or private school, then as you can see, the range can go from 3,000 euro to 25,000 euros and above. As mentioned earlier, to study in France, you do not need to speak French in order for you to study in France. We have over 1,740 programs that are fully taught in English. So you can find for sure something that suits your career path. If you want to find a program, this is our website, ghana.campusfrance.org. And here you will find the catalog of all the programs that you are eligible for. As I said, we have catalog for a master degree, bachelor degree. We also do short-term program. If, for example, you want to learn French, we have like short summer schools as well, and it starts from €150. So applications start from October 2026 till January 2027. So our recommendation is to start early. The earlier the better, because you will gain admission earlier, and we are able to help you throughout the process. So if you come to our office, or because you are in home, we can also plan virtual meetings where we will guide you through the whole process. So we will do the application with you, we will do orientation sessions where we can find the program for you, which one you have to apply to. And then we are going to interview you to see how good your project is, and then send it out to the several universities. One thing that you have to know is that normally you have to apply one by one to each schools if you want to study abroad. But then with us, we have one platform. So if you scan the QR code, it will guide you through this platform. So you just have to do one application, one single application, and you have up to 7 choices of program. So you don't have to apply separately to each university. So as I said, these are the several steps that you have to go through. So create an account on our website, Études en France. So send your application, pay the administrative fee, have an individual interview with some of our officers, gain your admission, and then we will guide you through the France visa application. And because you are passing through us as well, the visa process is very smooth, and then you get to benefit from 50% reduction for your visa application. And then we also do pre-departure seminar in order for you to prepare your stay in France. So to start your application, what we need from you is a passport size picture, a copy of your passport, a CV, a cover letter, your academics transcript, your academic certificate. And if you want to apply to a program that is fully taught in French, for example, then you have to justify with the proof of language proficiency. Because we are in Ghana, obviously the French language is not the local language, let's say. So you have to prove that you know how to speak French, basically. Also, I strongly encourage you to follow us through our various social media. The reason is that we advertise a lot of scholarship, especially related to health and allied science. I can mention one program that actually Uhas won last year, I believe, through the program Encampboom, which is a French embassy call for project. So they partnership with the University of Grenoble, if I'm not wrong, and they gain funding through that. So if you are also a PhD researcher, you are able to collaborate with French institution, and through the French embassy gain us funding. And all those call for projects, we advertise them directly on the French embassy social media or Campus France social media. So we strongly encourage you to scan this QR code. We will also have a booth outside if you want to come and have and ask us some questions. So before I close, I would like to present some of the scholarships that we do have. Obviously, because we are from France, we are also part of the EU. So we also promote the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship. The Erasmus Mundus Scholarship is a fully funded scholarship open for first class and second upper students. And they've basically found everything from your flight ticket to your accommodation. They even give you like a computer to start. and if you go on the EU website, you'll be able to see that there's a lot of programs that are actually related to health and applied science. And then, as mentioned before, the French Embassy also do have a scholarship, and it's for those topics that are listed down below, so mathematics, health, environment, archaeology, cultural, creative, food industry, and all those. So if you see yourself in those categories, know that the French Embassy also have a scholarship that is available for you. And then the France Excellence FL Scholarship, which is also made for first class and second upper students, specialized in biology, health, ecological transition, mathematics, engineering, and so on. So those are normally a scholarship that is directly advertised by the school that you will apply to. So if they see that your application is a A-class, let's say, application, then they will apply for you for this scholarship. And this scholarship also gives you access to the flight tickets, to your accommodation, so you won't have to stress for all those things. So yeah, if you want to find out about the scholarship, as I said, I strongly encourage you to follow us on our social media, or also, as I said, on our website that I earlier put on, ghana.campusfrance.org, and then there's a catalog dedicated only for scholarship. So after you did your application, you can go on this catalog and also apply for the scholarships. All right. For the visa application, as I said, we will have time to go through all this, but then you will need the passport, French passport size picture, a copy of your passport, a certificate of enrollment, a proof of accommodation, and so on. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you all in our booth.
Thank you very much. The rep from DAD.
Good afternoon, everyone, and happy celebration from DAD. My name is Komivi Lasmote. I'm here on behalf of our Regional Director, Mrs. Lena Loima, who could not be here today due to other work engagement, but she extends her greetings and also wish you happy celebration. So, I don't have a presentation, but I'll be able to give you a brief overview of what DAD stands for and what we do as a scholarship organization. So DAD, it's a German scholarship awarding body. Actually, we are the largest scholarship awarding body worldwide. We have our head office in Germany, and it's also a German organization, and we also have other offices worldwide. We have our regional office in Accra, also another regional office in Nairobi and other parts of the continent. So what we do as an organization, we promote partnership between universities. We offer fully funded scholarship for masters and PhD. We also promote studying in Germany, the German language, and also cultural exchange between Germany and other countries. So we are here today to more like tell you what opportunities we have as a scholarship organization. So first of all, you can study in Germany without paying school fees. I don't know if you are already aware, it has been a policy in Germany for a very long time. Also, you don't necessarily need to learn or speak the German language in order to study in Germany. In Germany, especially public universities have a lot of English taught courses in various fields that you can continue without paying school fees. What you need to cater for is your living expenses. So the money you are going to spend on your own accommodation, to buy groceries and all that, that's what you need to cater for. And we have varieties of courses in all disciplines. It's up to you to go through our database. Once you visit our stand, we will share with you the link to access our database. We do have, however, fully funded scholarship for master's programs and PhD. So if you are currently an undergraduate student or you are yet to complete your bachelor degree, the basic minimum requirement is that you complete your bachelor degree with at least a second class upper. So make sure you don't go below second class upper in order to be eligible for our scholarships. And also, your bachelor degree should not be older than 6 years, and that will make you eligible for all DAD scholarships. So we have a scholarship program for masters and PhD in all fields, especially for STEM, science, technology, mathematics, and so on. So if you want to consider any of our DAD scholarship, they are open. Application fees do not apply. Also, if you visit our office, all our consultations are free of charge. We guide you on how to submit a successful or complete application in order to meet the DAD requirement. Also, our masters, I think I've heard one of the Germany alumni. Were you a DAD sponsored student also, or just Germany alumni? Yes. Okay, yeah. So at least we have someone who was able to make it to Germany. Myself, I'm also a former DAD scholarship holder, so it's possible to get a fully funded scholarship from DAD to pursue your master's or PhD or even short courses in Germany. So we have a stand outside. Please feel free to visit us to get all the information. Our office is in Accra, but what we do, we also consider people who are not able to come to Accra, so we website to book an appointment free of charge in order to talk to any of our program officers, and then we'll be able to guide you and give you all the information. So please feel free to visit our stand, and I hope to see more people from Uhas going to Germany, pursue a master's program, PhD program, and much more. Thank you. Yes, my name is Kwame Villas-Mote. I mentioned that in the beginning.
Thank you very much. Once again, very much. Thumbs up.
Okay, thank you very much. The very first one goes to our Dean of International Programs, Professor Elvis Takan. So if you may come up, please. Dr. Inemesit Ben from School of Pharmacy. Take your time and don't slip on the staircase. All right. Dr. Magalis. Dr. Magalis, Cuba. Mr. Govindan, School of Allied Health Sciences. So this is to the UNESCO rep, Mr. Edmond Mukala. This is for Faith. Fati. Is that Fati? It's Fati. Fati. Not Faith. I saw it as Faith. Fati.
Associate Professor Dr. Nu. Is it good? No.
So it's Professor No. Is that the name? Professor No. Okay, right. Dr. Zera, is that the name? Dr. Zera. Yes. Habib. Mr. Habib. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. Edwin. We invite the chairperson to give the closing remarks.
So I want to see Veronica and Esther and co-dancing. Can you give me something danceable? Please. And because they didn't do the competition today, the Cubans, I want to see some moves, before I go. Every year, you give us something, so the choir. A louder clap. So every year, or the past years, the various countries, as we have on faculty, they dance and then we award the best country. But this year, the program is different. So I just wanted to see their moves again because I love when they sing, especially the Cuban troupe. I call it a troupe because they choreograph and all that. So all too soon, the program has come to a successful end. I know that somebody will give vote of thanks, but once again, we want to thank the supporters, as in people who funded this program. We are sincerely grateful. We also I want to invite colleagues from Hessetep University. Please come on stage. I want to acknowledge them especially because you heard the students who went there and the wonderful experience they had. Please stand, yes, stand there. They are here, it's an exchange grant, mobility grant, so that we'll continue to work together. We are grateful that you make time to come. Thank you very much. Please have your seats. From the keynote address, we are reminded that if you want to internationalize, you have to be intentional about it and embed it within the vision and strategic planning of the institution. And Uhas, one of our strategic trusts, is to have internationalization, diversity, and inclusion. And as announced by, I think, the MC, we're going to start proficiency programs, starting with English, French, and the local language of the community that we have found ever, so that when you come to Uhas, you can learn to communicate in these languages. As time goes on, we introduce other languages in the university. We are also reminded to invest in professional development of academic and professional staff. So our colleagues from Turkey, we have nurse professors, we have HR experts, and then library experts. As we grow, we'll be doing this not only academic but also professional staff of the university. The curriculum is supposed to reflect global and diverse perspectives. And our alumnus from the UK, Uhas, somebody said we overload the students, but that is how it's supposed to be. You don't just learn the local diseases or conditions. You are supposed to be prepared for the global market, and that is what we stand for. The keynote speaker also reminded us to create opportunities for meaningful intercultural interaction. And I'm happy to say that every international guest, every international student that we have, we are able to provide opportunities for them to engage not only with the university, but with the culture of the local community, as well as the tourist sites that we have in the region. The institutions should regularly evaluate the effectiveness of their international initiatives. And if you have followed our programs carefully, you will find that every year something new is being added. And the International Programs Office They have a strategic plan that they follow, and they are able to evaluate their KPIs, etc., etc. And what we are talking about, last year, I think when we came here, we reported 81 or so partnerships. This year, we are saying 94. So you can see a meaningful increase. The number of international students is also improving. I think Dominica forgot to add that we have a program for the African continent. It's a 6-month postgraduate certificate program that this year we had 34 international students from 17 countries in that program. So as we grow, I'm sure that we'll be able to improve our international student portfolio. This year, we also recruited one international faculty. I'm sure next year, if we report the numbers will go up from Nigeria in the area of medical anthropology. We are also bringing one from the UK in the area of biomedical science. So we are going to increase our international faculty portfolio. The aspects that I'm very passionate about is well within that space, and I want to encourage all of us, both faculty and students, to continue to do our best. Now, out there, we have food from various countries. So don't go away without eating anything. We also have information booths for DAD, the France people, and other organizations. Please, let's visit for information that we can use for ourselves. But I also want to acknowledge our alumnus out there, global and diverse perspectives. If they went there, they couldn't survive. It meant that we didn't prepare them well for the global space. And so I want to acknowledge and commend all our alumni across the world. The global president is here, Gabriel. Please come, join me briefly. So I want Gabriel to tell us briefly the countries that our products are working. It's not like the Prime Chancellor is here saying it. So please hurry up, tell us which countries are we located as in our products. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So we have North American chapter made up of US, Canada, Australia, and co-there. Then we have Saudi Arabia, we have the UK and Ireland. Currently for UK and Ireland, we have about, in our database, we have close to 300 of our alumni. That's those that we know. If you are fully registered with us, we have about 300 there. And if you go to North America, we have about close to 200. And majority of them are PhD graduates and candidates. Yeah, and if you go to Saudi Arabia, majority of them are midwives, and they are performing very, very well.
What about the African continent?
Yeah, African continent too. We have those who are newly registered. We have some in Nigeria. We visited some recently. Yeah, in Nigeria we have close to 20 now. Yeah, and some are also scattered around the sub-region. Yeah. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Yeah, we are excited to be here to join you, and programs of this nature reminds us that our university is growing, and as alumni we are excited to be possible. Thank you very much.
So on this, wherever you are in the world, our doors are open. We are ready to work with all of you. I'm not sure who is listening to me, so I'm throwing this out there that our doors are open. The International Programs Office, you can contact them directly, or if you are working in a particular discipline, you can also work with the schools directly. We are very ready to support you in whatever way possible to make sure that our partnerships will work to all of us our advantage. We don't believe that it should be one-sided. That is why we exert a lot of effort in applying for the mobility grants, the Erasmus Plus, the mobility grant. So all the students that went out, they went on grants. I think they were there for 5 months. Germany, how long were you away for? 6 months, you see? And it's fully funded, and it's good. So I want to thank the DAD and the Erasmus Plus for the opportunity to give our students and staff to travel around the world. I just want to say that international programs, we appreciate what you're doing. Public affairs, ICT, and all those who have helped them. You know, the staff, they are very few. Dominica and the father, called Prof. Takan, Dominica's father, one admin in the National Service. They couldn't do this without the help of the other members of staff of various directorates. So on behalf of the management and staff, students, we want to thank you. And I'm sure that somebody will give vote of thanks, so I will end it here. God bless.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. We invite Mrs. Victoria Watson, Senior Assistant Registrar, Vice Chancellor's Office, to do a few acknowledgements. Let's put out together for her.
Thank you and good afternoon. So shall we put our hands together? Prof. Then the Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Frederick Dokonu. Then the Dean of International Programs, Professor Elvis Takan, is also here. We also have Mr. Prosper Nyavo, UNESCO rep. We acknowledge your presence. All deans and directors here, you are acknowledged. We also want to acknowledge our friends from Turkey, the delegation from Turkey, you are both acknowledged. Delegation from Nigeria, we acknowledge your presence. We also have in our presence Mr. and Miss Jennifer Jamesi from Sunrise Christian. Hi, can you give us a wave if they are here? You are most welcome. We also have, as the Vice Chancellor acknowledged, the President, the Alumni President, Mr. Gabriel Abenyo Mohammed. You are welcome. We also have Sandy Dose from Smiles of Speech, the CEO and founder. If you are here, can you give us a wave? Okay, yes, you are most welcome. Then we also have Dr. Alicia Anderton here. Doctor, you are most welcome. We have Mawuna Potafi, also Project Officer, Campus France is here. We have Gifted Quartin, also here, the Project Manager, Campus France. We also have Chris Lasmotive, the Program Officer, DA, also in our presence. We have DSI Emmanuel Ajati from the Ghana Immigration Service. Say, you are most welcome. Then we have all students here. We acknowledge students, staff, we acknowledge your presence. Not forgetting the choir. We acknowledge your presence. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Quatson. We invite Monique Botti, an international student from the USA, to give the vote of thanks. We are tired, but let's clap for her.
Distinguished guests, respected faculty, cherished students, and ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, it is my great honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion, Uhas International Day 2026. First and foremost, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to our keynote speaker, Dr. Carlien Joote. Although circumstances prevented her from joining us in person, we are deeply appreciative that she took the time to connect with us virtually. We also wish to express our sincere appreciation to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Lydia Ajeto, university management, invited guests, staff, and faculty members and students whose presence has made this event truly meaningful. Your participation reflects the spirit of unity and international friendship that this day celebrates. A special thank you goes to the organizing committee, volunteers, performers, and everyone who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the success of today's event. Your dedication, hard work, and attention to detail have made this celebration both memorable and impactful. And to our international students and faculty and the various cultural groups and organizations represented here today, thank you for sharing with us your traditions, cultures, and experiences with us. You continue to make Uhas a vibrant, diverse, and welcoming community. As we bring this celebration to a close, may the connections we have strengthened today continue to inspire collaboration and friendship beyond this event. Once again, thank you all for your presence and your contributions and your support. Thank you.
On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to the Directorate of Public Affairs, Directorate of ICT, Directorate of Works and Fiscal Development, and the Planning Committee for putting together this program. We'll call on Yasmin, a student from Benin, to give us a closing prayer. After that, the US choir will lead us in the US anthem.
Please let's all stand over our feet for the closing prayer. Mesdames et messieurs, honorables invités, chers camarades, aujourd'hui, nous avons voyagé à travers le monde sans quitter notre université. Nous avons découvert de nouvelles cultures, partagé de beaux moments et surtout créé de merveilleux souvenirs. Seigneur, nous te remercions de nous avoir réunis tous ici aujourd'hui. Nous te remercions d'avoir guidé nos échanges. Nous te sommes reconnaissants pour la sagesse partagée, nos invités venus de loin, ainsi que pour l'esprit de collaboration qui nous a unis. Merci de bénir notre université, nos étudiants, nos enseignants, l'administration, ainsi que tous ceux qui ont contribué au succès de cette belle journée. En quittant cette célébration, nous remettons tous nos projets, actions en témoin. Continue de nous guider sur le chemin de la paix, de l'unité et du respect. Merci. Merci.
Eyes
invited guests to kindly move to the FPS auditorium for an important message. Students, you kindly move out to the stand for the information section and then something small. But right now, come down, let's all get crowded in the middle for a group photograph. All invited guests and staff from Hohoi SBBS auditorium for an important message.